move ahead. So, as you don't have any idea about testing, let me start with a couple of examples here. Assume that Paytm designed their application paytm.com. Okay, so they developed that particular application and directly they released into market. So it is having too many issues like page loading, UIs, and other stuff. So usually whenever an application was developed, before releasing into market, for sure proper testing need to be conducted. Okay, proper testing need to be conducted on that particular application. Then only we can get good response for that. Right, without conducting any testing, if at all we are releasing that product into a market, means for sure we will get bad reviews for that product. So we need to conduct a thorough testing on that particular application. If you have any idea on this paytm.com, at the time initially it was a design, generally it supports just a recharge to our mobile devices or else recharge to our mobile phones. Later, they added a new functionality which is shopping. And later, they added another new functionality which is movie tickets. And later, they added another new feature which is bus tickets. And later, they added another new feature which is flights, and even a train tickets also we can book using this app. Okay, another new feature is train tickets too. So it means frequently the application features are upgrading. Okay, free features of the application are frequently upgrading. Whenever a new feature got added to the application, we need to check out whether the previous release item are working properly or not, which we can call it as an regression testing. Usually, whenever your application is having a new releases, we will conduct a regression testing on that particular application. Okay, we can conduct a regression testing on that particular application so that we can test the previous release items were working properly or not. In general, using various kinds of automation tools, we will conduct this regression testing to downsize the effort which we are spending on test execution for regression. So the ultimate point of why we are going for this one is in order to downsize the effort we are going for this regression testing automation stuff. In the current market, we have n number of automation tools available, among which majority of the people are going for Selenium. So usually a simple question will rise in our mind, why people are going for Selenium, why not QDP or Sahi or Sahi Pro? So we have a couple of tools available in the market, why people are going for Selenium alone, why not any other tools? The first and the most important reason is it's an open source tool. Anyone can simply download this software for free of cost and they can automate their applications. Okay, anyone can download the software for free of cost and they can automate their applications. For that reason, majority of the people are going for this too. Immediately, another simple question will rise in our mind. Is this the only reason why people are preferring? If so, we have too many open source tools. Why Selenium again? Right? This kind of a question comes into picture. The answer is, even though Selenium is an open source tool, it supports too many advantages which was supported by a commercial tool. So which is a tool which we are purchasing some licenses. So what are all those advantages then? So the various advantages are, the first one is record and playback feature. What does it mean? The example for this record and playback feature is our mobile phones. In our mobile phones, we can perform record and playback feature for audio or a video. Whatever the audio we are, whatever the audio we are talking, we can record it, and whatever the video you have, you can capture that video using your mobile, and whenever you want, you can play back that particular recording from the mobile gallery. Here, the record and playback feature in Selenium works on a browser. So what are all the actions we are performing on a browser? For all those operations, your Selenium will record the script, and whenever we want, it will play back those actions as well. Okay, it will play back those actions as well. Okay, fine. So the record and playback feature supports on a browser here. And the second one is, Selenium is a tool. It supports multiple programming languages. If at all we are good at Java, we can write down a Selenium code. If at all you are good at Ruby, Python, .NET, whatever the programming language might be, if at all we are familiarized with, we can write down our Selenium code, among which we are choosing Java as our programming language to write down our Selenium programs. Why Java again? Why not any other programming languages? Means Selenium itself is a tool which was developed using Java. That's the first point. Okay, Selenium itself is a tool which was developed using Java programming language. And the another most important point is 75 to 80% of the people who are using Selenium, they are preferring Java, and 90% of the job openings are on Java. Hence, we are going for Selenium plus Java within our sessions too. Okay, so hence we are going for Selenium plus Java within our sessions. That's it. So this is the thing, guys. And the next and most important point is, it supports multiple browsers. Whatever the test script we prepared, we can execute it across various browsers. If we are good at Selenium, we can automate our mobile applications both on Android and iOS too. You can automate your mobile applications both on an Android and as well as an iOS using this particular Selenium, if at all you are good at Selenium. So as it is an open source tool and it supports these many advantages, majority of the people are going for Selenium. Majority of the people are going for Selenium. That's the thing. Nadia, am I clear for you so far, or do you have any questions for me? Actually, I can't hear your voice. Could you please ping me in a chat window whether it is clear for you or not? Seems like some issues are there, so I can't hear your voice. Could you please text me in a chat window whether it is clear for you or not? So, the next point of which we need to study is about limitations of Selenium. Okay, so let's see our question first and then we will move to the limitations. Are you good so far? Okay, cool. And then moving on to the limitations, the first limitation is open source. Why we are considering open source as a limitation means, okay, the best example is when we are automating our applications. If we got any issue, we don't get any support from Selenium team as it is an open source tool, but we will get support from Google Groups. See, whatever the error you have encountered, simply copy paste that particular issue in a Google, you will get a bunch of solutions for all your issues. Okay, we will get bunch of solutions for all your issues. So it means officially we are not getting support from your Selenium team, but you are getting support from n number of people. And the same way, the another limitation is using this Selenium, we can automate only web applications. Means what are all the applications we are testing on a mobile browser. For suppose, assume that just a second, I will show you one scenario. Assume that you are trying to upload, okay, assume that you are trying to upload a profile picture to your Facebook. When you click on a browse, it's gonna display a pop-up for you, which is a window-based pop-up, right? This is a window-based pop-up. We can't automate these kind of pop-ups using IDE, or else we can't automate those kinds of scenarios using Selenium. So this is the major limitation for this one. Before moving further, let me give you a small example. In my laptop, I have a 2 GB of a free space, and if I would like to store 20 GB of a movies into my machine, then immediately I will connect the external hard disk and I will store information to that, right? So it means the memory limitation whatever we have in our machine, we are overcoming with an external hard disk which is a third party memory. Whenever we want to access those movies, just connect that hard disk and access the information. The same way here, by default we can't implement the, okay, by default we can't implement this kind of window based scenarios using Selenium, but we are integrating some third party tools to our Selenium to overcome this. So we are going to study what are all those tools, how we are going to implement them within our sessions. We are going to study that particular concept. Okay, we are going to study that particular concept within our sessions itself. Okay, cool. And the next and most important thing is about components in Selenium. The first component is IDE. The second one is RC as a version 1.0. WebDriver as a 2.0. Selenium as a 3.0. And the last one is a Selenium Grid. And the last one is a Selenium Grid. So these are all the various kinds of components we have available in Selenium. Okay, so these are all the various kinds of components available in our Selenium. Okay, each and every component is having its own significance. Okay, each and every component is having its own significance. Okay, so each and every component of this particular one is having its own significance. So IDE is the one which is used to perform record and a playback feature. Okay, IDE is a component which is used to perform record and a playback feature on Firefox browser alone. It won't work on any other browser. It will work on Firefox browser alone. Okay, it won't work on any other browsers. It will work on a Firefox browser alone. Selenium IDE is a component which will specifically work on a Firefox browser alone. Cool. Done up to here. Okay, Selenium IDE is a component which is gonna work on a Firefox browser alone. So this is a major limitation. Hence, majority of the people are going for, hence the majority of the people are not using this component. Okay, hence the majority of the people are not using this particular component. Okay, hence the majority of the people are not using this particular component. So this is a limitation, hence the people are not using this particular component. Okay, fine. So the next point of what we need to consider is about an RC. RC and a WebDriver are having a similar functionality like, multiple browser support and multiple programming languages. So here a simple question will rise in our mind. Assume that this is your Java programming language and this is your browser. How come the programs or whatever you are writing in your Java will execute on a browser? Right? How come the programs whatever we are writing in Java will execute on a browser? The best example is, this is a one end of a river. This is another end of a river. If you would like to move from one end of a river to another end, at least we need to have a boat or steamer, or at least he need to know how to swim. The same way, in order to execute the Java programs on a browser, the Selenium server is required for us to execute the script on a browser. Okay, to execute the script on a browser, we are gonna specify this particular stuff. Okay, fine. So for RC, we need a server, whereas for WebDriver, we no need to use this server. And another thing is, as WebDriver is a latest component, we can perform any kind of a UI operations like drag and drop, scroll bar, and reading a content on an image, reading a content on a PDF. Yeah, RC means it's a remote control. Okay, reading a content on a PDF, etc. All these kinds of an operations we can perform on a WebDriver, which we can perform using Selenium RC, and majority of the people are going for Selenium WebDriver nowadays. Okay, fine. So the another point is, Selendroid is a component which works on WebDriver. If you are good at a WebDriver, you can automate Android mobile phones using this component. Okay, using this component, you can automate the Android mobile phones. Selenium grid is used to perform a load testing, cross-browser, cross-OS testing. So these are all the various components which we have and significance of each and every component. Am I clear for you till now, or do you have any questions for me on this? Fine. So the next point is what we are going to learn. So we will start our sessions with Java concepts. Okay, we will start our sessions with Java concepts for about a 5 to 8 hours of core Java stuff. What are all the concepts required for us to work on Selenium with respect to Java? We are going to cover for the first 5 to 8 hours, followed by we will see an introduction to RC for 30 minutes. Just an overview on RC we are going to study, and then we will go to WebDriver for 15 to 20 hours, including each and every scenario we are going to cover on a WebDriver. And once we are done with the WebDriver, within this training program, we are going to offer APM for 10 hours of a free APM training. This APM is a mobile automation testing tool to automate any kind of a mobile apps which was developed on either an Android or else an iOS. We can automate using this APM tool. So we are gonna cover 10 hours of APM sessions within our training program. Altogether, the total duration would be for 35 to 40 hours. At max, it's gonna be for 35 hours. We do have these sessions, and it's gonna be 1 hour a day and 5 hours a week on a daily basis. See, I will give you this kind of a running notes. These running notes will help you from where you need to download, how you need to download. Once after you have downloaded, how you need to configure in your machine. Everything was specified in these running notes, and we usually cover each and every concept with the real-time examples only, and we will give you bunch of assignments for your practice. And on a daily basis, we will share you these recordings and as well as the running notes and as well as the assignments. All these stuff we are gonna get it for you. Okay, so these are all the various things which I have in the demo session. Cool. So do you have any questions for me, or you are good so far? And moving on to the session timings, we are gonna start our regular sessions from Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. EST, which is Wednesday at 7 a.m. IST is gonna be our session. Okay, so this is the slot, Nadia. Okay, do you have any questions for me? Seems like you have some audio connectivity issues. I can't hear your voice. So if you have any questions, could you please ping them in a chat window? So our sessions are from Monday to Friday only. So we don't have any sessions on a weekends. Okay, so our sessions are completely from Monday to Friday. So we don't have any sessions on a weekends. Based on your availability and other people availability, I will conduct a sessions on a weekends, but it's not a mandatory. Always we do have a weekend session. Okay, whenever I have some network issues, if at all I'm not feeling well, if I miss any one class in a week, then I will conduct a weekend session to cover that gap. That's it. And moreover, based on other people's availability, we will plan for the weekend sessions. Okay, it's not gonna be just my decision. So I will check with everyone. If everyone is comfortable with the weekend sessions, then we will conduct session on a weekend. If not, we are gonna conduct any session. We are not gonna conduct any session on a weekend also. Okay, good. Done up to here. And any other questions for me, Nadia? Or you are good so far? Cool then. So if you don't have any questions, then we